soon.
So,
As you?
I'm good. But frustrated with my nan.
As seems to be a lot in life. What did she do this time?
Just the usual freaking, like, she went downtown today to do shopping, and I'm like, okay, did you wear your mask? And she's like, no.
Is
Like,
your nan being stupid again?
yes. I'm like, Nan, just because it's like both the flu and like COVID is still rampant.
I mean, okay, if you're young, fine. But how old is she?
Like 78.
Yeah. At that age, even if there wasn't a pandemic, I'd probably be going out with a mask. You know, what with a weaker immune system and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you live in Australia, so there has to be, like, super viruses there.
No.
I mean, you already got crazy shit down there. Would surprise me.
So it's like I just basically said, I'm just like, I'm just gonna wear a mask indoors around you because I don't trust.
She probably doesn't even wash her hands.
Ah, no, she doesn't.
And yet she won't
Disgusting.
even wear a mask.
Yeah, no.
You could probably write a book on your nan.
Be very boring.
It'd just be, my nan does this, my nan does that. She drives me crazy. Help me, please.
If she was ever found dead, that book would become immediate suspicion.
Andrew, can I ask why you just deleted your save and are starting over?
Because the last attempt to do this stream game ended horribly.
Fair
And
enough.
I'm doing a new thing.
Fair enough. So how are you?
Yeah, mildly irritated that I'm unable to make something work out with trying to make a purchase on Etsy, but otherwise, life could be much worse.
Oh, what are you trying to buy?
That is classified.
Okay.
If I actually manage to get it through with it, I will let you know. But for now, it is something I wish to surprise. Yeah.
Fair enough. Been rewatching through Star Wars Rebels. Animation aside, it still holds up. Do not look up what Yoda looks like in Rebels. It's just, look how they massacred my boy. Does have some good moments and lines. Like when Ezra is seeing visions of Darth Maul, so they go to the Great Bendu, who's like this big old force monster thing. It's like, how can I stop seeing Maul? And then he says, well, you could try not turning around. And of course they turn around, and what do they see? Just Maul standing over behind them. fact, the Bendu is actually the original name of the Jedi Bendu. They actually use a lot of, like, concept art things to, you know, for the new models.
Alright. Starting off on level 1 once again. And hopefully it goes well.
And I am playing Sunbreak!
How is it?
I haven't started yet. Literally just launched it.
Well,
I've been waiting for it to download.
Oh.
Are you gonna break the sun?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh no, it's more a case of, I believe, the big, the flagship monster for Sunbreak is supposed to be vampire-based, and when it shows up, it brings with it, like, a swarm of, small bat-like creatures that blot out the sun. But then again, I haven't paid too much attention.
I'm sorry, but what the hell is up with all the shit that Kirby is made of? Like, what do we got? We got like a bee, like a wasp, a fork, a cactus,
A nail,
pencil,
fork.
screw. Well, yeah, corkscrew.
Yeah, it's double needle power, so it's gotta be extra pokey. Oh right, and there's also frickin' corkscrew. Yeah.
That's gotta be painful coming out.
I mean, it's
I doubt
Kirby. He can handle it. And as I recall,
Kirby is just a
there's
walking black hole.
There's a bomb ability up ahead that I will need to uncover one of the shards. So I'll go ahead and pick up this dude.
Pop the bro! Pop the bro! Pop the bro! Who do you think you are?
I finally, I watched the Nintendo Direct, last night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even more excited for,
The rabbits,
frickin'
yeah.
Rabbids, yeah.
Again, I need to go and play the original.
Yeah, the sequel plays differently.
Well, it's not just that, because, I mean, I want to know the story, as little as there might be, or, who knows, there might be a lot.
Oh, they actually do have a lot of voice-acted cutscenes in the first.
Yeah, like, again, it just goes to show that the game that looks like it's, you know, dumb, is it's a lot smarter than it looks, right?
The
I mean,
one
it's a
thing
tactical game. It kind of has to be a bit smart.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if even Spark of Hope might be something you could play, Andrew, because it's like they're doing away with. I mean, it still is tactics based, but it actually kind of plays more like a semi-turn-based RPG.
Okay. I mean, I'll say maybe, just because it's. Again, I have tried several tactical games and they've never quite fully hit me.
So this is what they're doing, right? Is every character now has a movement range, and you can move freely within that movement range.
Like Phantom Brave.
Yeah. If you end your turn behind cover, then you have cover. But you're not, like, so you can easily, as long as there's cover within your movement range, or, you know, you're not, like, it's not like, oh, as you move, your movement range gets smaller. It stays that size.
Okay.
Hey, Argo, you ever played Valkyria Chronicles?
Yes.
That was a good game. Though the fourth one was definitely the best, because, my god, that first game, it was RNG to hell.
But, yeah, so, Anyway, as I was actually going to say, so my concerns with Spark of Hope at the moment, it's like, in the original, you know, Peach had a shotgun, she was a shotgun paladin, basically, and now it's like, she doesn't have a weapon, she has her she has her umbrella, and her special move is basically a healing move, and I'm like, oh no, don't tell me they've just turned her into full-on cleric. The good thing is that the sparks, which are the sort of the namesake, they're Lumas fused with rabbits. Sparks act as like spells that you can equip to any character, so it's like the one some of the ones they showed were like a water-based one where the character, the new rabbit, her name is Edge, I think it was. She throws like a water disc that bounces between enemies.
Yay, pinball.
And I'm also like, okay, we've got Rabbit Rosalina, and we're getting Bowser, and they're like, yeah, now with Bowser in the party, you know, the cast is complete. And I'm like, wait, you're gonna have Rabbit Rosalina, but no actual normal Rosalina?
No, I want to see Rabbit Bowser. I want to know what
that would also be cool. Yes.
What would that look like?
I would assume it'd be like a big buff rabbit with like a.
No, I think it'd be funnier if it's just a normal-sized rabbit in a very oversized Bowser costume. Like he's struggling to get his head. And you can barely see his head through the neck. And he's like a super tanky boy. Like, and he can roll around the field. Like, he goes in a straight line, he rolls through everything.
Yeah. Mario now wielding dual pistols.
Mario with a gun is a weird thought.
Yeah.
Mario with dual pistols. That sounds like some crazy.
Yeah. I think Rabbid Mario is probably also going to be like one of my mainstays, because instead of a gun, Rabbid Mario has these two bloody badass looking gauntlets. He's a full-on brawler.
Rip and tear. Rip and
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like punching gauntlets, not claw gauntlets.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Although Peach with shotgun, I'm just trying to imagine the next time Bowser like comes in to kidnap her. It's like, all right, Peach, get in the clown copter, and then she just hears a. Oh, right.
I do love like the reason why Bowser's joining. It's basically like, hey, this cursor villain is brainwashing my minions. They're too weak-minded. I want him back.
That is such a Bowser thing. I actually love it. Because that's the thing about Bowser. He's the kind of guy who does care about his minions.
Yeah.
And he's also petty enough to go after a villain who's messing with it.
Yeah.
You know, with all the plans like this.
It's like, no, you can't just steal my army!
It's my army! You can't steal Princess Peach! That's my Peach!
Johnny.
Also, evil artist.
But yeah, like, Rabbid Rosalina, they've shown what her special ability is. She puts everyone to sleep. Just, they're going with the whole idea that Rabbid Rosalina is just completely lazy and just like, do we have to do this? Why don't we all just have a nap?
Sounds like my spirit animal.
You know, if there's something I appreciate about this Kirby game, I like the crown aesthetic that they keep using for, like, the coloration and other stuff. I like it. I like crown. I like, you know, the Japanese crown art style.
What are you referring to?
How the coloration and how the... If you look at, like the ground, it looks like it was drawn by a crown.
A crown?
Like a Japanese crown. Crown.
I'm...
Are you trying to say crayon?
Crown. It's one of the words I can't say because I want to say crown.
Yeah, because, like, that's what I kept hearing you say. Like, I kept, like, what do you mean crown style? You was like, oh, you mean crayon. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's the one word I can't say!
Crayon! Crayon!
Crayon! It's one of the few words I can't say!
It's cray-on! How is that?
I don't know! I don't know! You are dating me a barnacle!
It's one of those things. It's like I remember in that very early South Park episode. It's like, yes, there's that guy who works at the planetarium who can't ever pronounce the letter T in the word planetarium.
I think, what was that even supposed to be a reference to? Or
I think that was just supposed to be like a weird character quirk or something.
I think that character's dead.
I think so, yeah. Like, I think in that episode, like, he got his mind fried or something.
I know Miss Chokes on Dick is dead. Yeah, remember her?
Yeah.
And they always had the running gag of they would keep saying her name, you know, like Miss Make Me Sick or stuff like that, even though her name is, well, that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that one bus driver who also died.
I stopped caring about South Park a long time ago.
I forgot a lot of secondary characters that just ended up dead. Oh. Also, I freaking love that shuriken.
Yeah, one of the best abilities in the game, easily. I'll admit,
just so satisfying.
When it comes to the direct, I'll admit, it was kind of interesting seeing some stuff and how it's like, well, again, I mean, for me, it's like, okay, yeah, we already kind of know some of the stuff is coming, but at least we're getting release dates and stuff. There were a few things that were like, I'm kind of surprised we didn't get these sooner. Like, I'm honestly surprised that it took this long for Nier Automata to get onto the Switch.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
For real, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because it's like, it surprises me especially because, like, as I recall, the Xbox One got a port, which was like, honestly, I would have expected it to appear on the Switch before that, but I guess it was probably easier to port because there's probably not as many, what's the word? Compromises that needed to be made to kind of get it to work with that level of horsepower.
Yeah. But yeah, freaking, like, when they're like, oh, it's gonna be new exclusive like outfits, and I'm like, yeah, there's 2P.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping that they're gonna go the Bayonetta route and have like a Princess Peach costume.
That would be pretty cool.
You know, that was also one of the best things. You know, Nitro Rad put it best when it came to a lot of, like, the old school horror games. And how they would have that awesome, silly costume. And every time it was on Nintendo, well, you get the cool Nintendo costume.
Yeah. But yeah, freaking bloody Persona also finally announced.
Oh yeah, with the along with three and 4 as well as 5, if I saw the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet we're not good. We have yet to get supports of 1 and 2.
They're never gonna do 1 and 2.
Well, okay, maybe 2.
Nah.
The duology actually is a lot better mechanically, and actually has a pretty awesome story, though. Then again, the fact that you actually fight Hitler, or Sunglasses Hitler, depending on what port you play, yeah, that might be a problem.
Yeah, the Fuhrer, you mean?
Hitler.
Yeah, no, they in the they just call him the Fuhrer, if I recall.
I know. Give him some sunglasses. Some sweet aviators.
Because that will soften the blow.
If anything, it actually kind of makes Hitler more awesome. And that's
Wait.
not how you're supposed to do it!
What do you mean more awesome?
You know
That
what?
implies he was awesome to begin with.
You know, that was just me misspeaking. He was never cool, but you don't make Hitler look awesome, okay? You don't do that.
And now we engage in Kirby's favorite pastime after napping and eating. Emasculating DDD.
Given the fact that he's using explosive shurikens, that might be literal.
Whee.
And this is what I was worried about. Monster
What?
Hunter Rise is just... I can't even start it. It keeps crashing. They've fucked something with the update.
Ah.
That's some fuck, man.
Yeah, look at DD eating that meat. The meat on the bone.
Mm-hmm.
I want that meat. Hey, Wispy Wood.
Yeah. Fighting him.
I like Wispy.
Yeah, he's an Espertine character. And I find it funny that I consider this to be a very passive-aggressive way to fight Wispy Woods. It's like, we don't even look at him. We just indirectly attack.
Also, the fact that he can turn around means that Wispy Wood can move around. Is he an Ent? Has he fought in Isengard?
Yay!
I don't even think he was under the control of that crystal. I think Kirby was just trying to steal his apples. That was self-defense. Oh my gosh, they just ran in. Oh geez, stick to the plan.
It's like, yeah, I mean, you've saved portals before, and this is, see, you just jump in. It'll probably work out. You know, I know this is like a kid's game and it functions on silly physics, but it's like, I find it funny that we just went from a grassy place on what is otherwise depicted as just a flat yellow plain, and now we're going to a place that's a bunch of broken apart rock fragments.
With eyes.
I mean, I think those are craters.
I can't help but think it's his eyes.
I mean, when you think about it, I can kind of see why, because it's kind of like the freaking stone mask from Majora's Mask.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's that kind of vibe I'm getting.
See, the other thing that was fun to see was that we're finally getting the Battle Network collection.
Yeah.
Wait, we are?
And
Yeah.
it's like they got all of the like it's it's just the mainline games, but then it's like who needs Battleship Challenge?
Yeah, Battleship Challenge and that GameCube game, like Network Transmission. Yeah, we don't need those.
I mean, I thought the GameCube game was kind of nice, but I can see why they didn't go with it. It's like, yeah, just stick with the mainline games.
But the fact that, yes, more people could finally legally play them because, well, they are good games.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering how much they might have messed with the text, because looking at that trailer, the font wasn't the same one that they used in the original games. It kind of looked a bit more cleaned up, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe they took the time out to like clean up some of the translation issues that were present in some of the later games.
Just, you know what? Just fixing 4 in general. Like, I think they would need to fix their translation issues. If they're gonna spend money on that, 4. Just fucking 4. I have played through fucking 4. I never want to ever again.
Yeah, I've been playing a game recently that is very similar. Except it's extremely fast-paced and deadly. One Step from Eden.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, that's a good card collecting or deck building roguelike.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, right? Like when I first got into it, I was like, oh, this looks like a cool thing, like this sort of tactics card battler thing. I didn't realize, like I thought it was turn-based. I didn't realize it was so fast-paced.
It was literally Battle Network.
Yeah.
I've never played Battle Network, so...
Yeah, I don't blame you. Hey, what was that other game, that one game you gifted me, that Hawa Nep something?
Don't know.
No, I'm talking to, Andrew.
I just heard how to nut something.
That's kind of...
No,
Do you want to try that again, Brett?
I said Hawanawa.
How?
Or, no, that was what I said, but that's not the right thing. What was the name of that game? It was like, it looked like a tactical RPG, but it was like a platformer roguelike thing. I remember you gifted it to me.
Huh.
I got so many games, I can't even remember. I don't think it started with an H. Maybe it was something else.
And then the sand just fills neatly up to the edge.
How convenient.
Indeed. Ooh, do I have this one? I guess that's meant to be electric rock. I might, like, right now I'm just going through it casually. I figure once I go through the game casually, I'll, like, try to do a serious get all the shards thing.
Get as many as you can now, then get them later.
Because it's like, right now it's like, yeah, 100% is good, and I do want to beat the game in that fashion, but it's like, partially it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna have a nice, cool time with Kirby.
Exactly. And besides, Kirby ain't exactly a difficult game to 100%. It's not supposed to be.
It's a
But,
chompy.
you know, that's a good thing.
It's a chompy cactus.
Oh, God.
The point was that playing through the game normally is like the easy experience, and when you want to 100%, that's where the difficulty comes from.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, it's kind of even really been that way from the very beginning, where it's like, you know, I'll see people who do like reviews of like, you know, even the very first Kirby, and the talk will basically be, it's like, yeah, of course, the first game is, you know, first time through, it's pretty easy, but the one is like, oh, you get the hard mode, and it's like, oh, this is actually a pretty decent, decent difficulty platformer. Yeah, that's kind of nice, I think, to kind of have that philosophy. It's like, yeah, it's nice to have hard platformers, and it's like, yeah, it'll be nice to try to, you know, cut my teeth on a Mega Man or Castlevania or whatever, but sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be a puffball that floats and takes stuff from enemies.
You know, it reminds me of a video I watched where a guy basically went through the Yoshi Story alt melon challenge, where he had to go through the entire game, and you know how you have to eat a certain number of fruits to basically end a level? Well, the only fruit he could eat was the exact amount of melon. What order than it looks?
Yeah, I remember trying a little bit of that at one point, and yeah, it is hard, especially since there are some of those, like, mini-game segments where you do have to play perfectly.
Exactly.
Electric rock. Electric rock. It's a bouncing rock of electricity.
I don't even know what he's doing, but it's awesome. Magnets. How do they work?
What I kind of like is, like, it just, like, he's just still in his typical idle animation. It's like, oh, just doing nothing while this freaking rock tethered to him just bounces around. It's like, hey, Kirby, what are you doing there? How are you doing that? Boyo?
Yeah.
Alright, that works for me.
I hate those happy floating things that turn into demon mouths.
Oh yeah, the Scarfies.
Yeah, I hate them so much. They freaked me out as a kid, and they freak me out now. And I mean, I know technically they're not that creepy, but I was a little kid when I first saw them.
I mean,
I left an impression.
It doesn't exactly take much to, do stuff as a child. It's like, it's just, all you need is a freaky thing. Oh yeah, there's things that leap out here. Yeah. Ow! I'd say, why can he suddenly jump? But I mean, it's like, yeah, it's Kirby. Why not? Jumping rocks.
What I want to know is, why does Kirby need to eat when he has a magical artist friend who could theoretically make unlimited food?
I don't think Kirby thinks that much about his food.
Yeah.
It's just, he's walking along, he sees a slice of cake, and he's like, I'm gonna eat that cake.
And then when he doesn't get the cake, he fights God.
Yes.
Because Kirby is definitely a chaotic neutral character. I mean, maybe chaotic good, but I feel like most of his actions are self-serving.
Well, I mean, he is basically the embodiment of friendship and good vibes.
When he's not fighting God. Or on an American box cover.
Gets those angry eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirby is fucking pissed.
Just angry eyes.
No, I gotta look up that artwork.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, the one that Ego Raptor did, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was Ego Raptor, yeah.
Though I would like to see an alternate titling for one of those like Angry Kirby pieces that's like the title is like Kirby is heckin' angry.
Yes.
I love that, yeah.
And then, of course, you also... I mean, again, talking about frickin' changed box art, like, the classic frickin' box art Mega Man.
Oh,
Why?
we're at
I'm
the...
at least happy that Capcom makes fun of themselves with that.
Though, it did piss off a lot of people when they were doing that. It was one of those sort of Capcom versus games.
Marvel versus Capcom, yeah.
No, I don't think it was Marvel versus Capcom. It was a different. But yeah, essentially, they announced that Mega Man was going to be on the roster, and it was bad box art Mega Man.
Oh, I think...
Marvel versus...
I think I know that one you might be talking about, and it was one where the backstory he was given was one that was close to Mega Man Legends, and that was especially around the time when the Mega Man Legends 3 project got cancelled.
Yeah.
And everybody was salty about that.
Yeah. Was it Marvel vs? Because I thought it was on the PS. I mean, I thought it was a Wii only game. Could be wrong about that.
It sounds like something that I think was probably on PS3. Yeah.
I have the internet. Ah, yeah, it was Street Fighter X Tekken.
Oh.
Don't you mean Street Fighter by Tekken?
Yes!
I still think that's stupid, but I find that to be a funny stupid.
I mean, it's Super Eye Patch Wolf. It's like, he's great. It's all because of, like, you know, Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter by Hunter. Because, you know, no one can agree what it's supposed to be, so he's just like, I'm just gonna throw in Hunter by Hunter.
Piggyback.
Yeah, that is such a Japanese thing to do, is to have the X in a title like that.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's kind of cool, though, but... It's a weird thing once you stop and think about it, right?
Yeah.
Which is a funny thing, because, like, I know for a while, like, even in Western media, it was really popular just to have the letter X in a title just because it sounded cool or whatever, but, like, using that for, like, crossover is definitely a Japanese thing.
Well, maybe that's the point. X equal cross.
Yeah, well, that's how they pronounce it for that stuff. They always pronounce it cross. Because it's like, you know, Monster Hunter Generations, in Japan is just Monster Hunter Cross.
Yeah. Also, I love DDD's walk animation. He walks with purpose, or he's pissed. It's like, I got this pink thing on my back.
Yeah, he is a king.
You know what? When this is all over, I'm gonna get buff, I'm gonna get a mask, and people are gonna respect me. And he did that years later, and he was awesome for it, right?
During GDQ, they were playing Forgotten Forbidden Planet, whichever, I can't remember which one it is. And so it's like, you know, he finished the boss and everything like that, and he's like, now you're gonna notice something here. You notice that butterfly? If you're a Kirby lore fanatic, you're probably freaking out right now.
I'll bite. Why would a lore fanatic be freaking out?
So butterflies in Kirby are the harbinger of Morpho Knight.
Who?
Morpho Knight. And Morpho Knight is basically... Do you remember Galactonite?
No.
So, okay. Galactonite is basically supposed to be like the strongest warrior in the universe.
Like, makes Meta Knight look like his bitch.
Yeah.
So powerful that he
Yes.
could destroy planets and galaxies and that they had to seal him away.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's bad. Real
Yeah.
bad.
Morpho Knight is basically stronger.
What? What?
Yeah.
Like I said, Kirby fights gods on a daily basis, all because he can't get his cake. Kirby is an eldritch horror.
And it just goes to show the power level where it's like Kirby, the most wholesome creature, just happens to get into a fight with
God.
not even God, the literally strongest creature in the universe.
And just
And
win.
it's like, it's never like Morpho Knight and Galactonite are never sort of like main story bosses. They always show up in like the side content.
Yeah, like the very
Yeah,
first
I thought-
time Galactonite showed up, he was just like at the end of the extra like Meta Knight mode in Superstar Ultra.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, dude. You know, I thought the power scaling and like DBZ was nuts.
Oh. Goku has nothing on Kirby.
Yeah. How about the power scaling in Marvel or DC?
Though DBZ kind of beats them. Marvel doesn't quite have as... I mean, okay. I'm still not entirely sure why, like, maybe you can enlighten me, like, people saying that Squirrel Girl is, like, the strongest Marvel character.
Apparently, it's literally her power. She is always stronger than her opponent.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
she can also talk to squirrels.
Yes.
And also be drawn in really, really terrible artwork. Like, holy shit.
Okay, so yeah. I guess... Okay, so Squirrel Girl is... stronger, yeah.
But honestly, I think her power is just bad writing at times.
Oh, like Superman.
Oh, definitely. And Batman. Especially if you're
Yeah.
in color. Although, admittingly, one of Batman's greatest villains might be the Bat Who Laughs.
Yeah.
Villain's so badass, the Joker himself is like, yeah, I'm gonna need to talk to Bats about this one.
And the Bat Who Laughs is basically an alternate reality Batman that got hit by Joker's toxin, right?
Yeah, so you basically got the intelligence of Batman and every gadget that current Batman has, with the unhinged psychosis of the Joker.
Yeah.
That, not even Crazy Steve with Frank Miller's Batman comes even close to that. Oh. Thinking about, like, you know, the next death battle? Predator versus Boba Fett. I'd say my money's on the guy with really good invisibility.
Well, you forget that Boba Fett has something that the Predator doesn't have as much of. Marketability.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I would say unfortunately that doesn't help when it comes to Death Battle. But then again, Dante beat Bayonetta, and that should not happen.
Well, there was a pretty kick-ass fight of Sun Wukong versus Hercules. You wanna know who won?
If it wasn't Sun Wukong, then there is shenanigans.
No, it was him.
Good.
Though, the reason why they actually were able to figure that out is actually because of Sun Wukong's durability.
I mean, he can't die.
No, well, he could, technically, but it would take a lot more effort. But it was also the fact that Hercules died due to the Hydra's poison. Sun Wukong survived a poison that could kill gods, and painfully so.
Journey to the West was crazy.
Yeah, Sun Wukong is one of the most broken fictional characters in existence.
How many bits of immortality do you need, Wukong?
All of it!
Sun Wukong just reads like a little kid's OC power figure, like, you know that one kid where you're like, it's like, okay, my Iron Man attacks your John Cena. Nuh-uh, my John Cena has anti-Iron Man barriers.
Yes, that is, that kind of does sum up Sun Wukong really well.
Exactly.
And it's one of the...
Sun Wukong is totally the kid.
And it kind of makes one of those things where it's like, where you realize, oh yeah, Son Goku was based on this. It's like, yeah, that tracks.
It all makes sense now. Yeah, Death Battle was pretty thorough on the weirdness. It was awesome. The fight itself was actually pretty good, too.
There is a contender for Sun Wukong, which would be interesting to see, and that is Asura.
Asura, as in Asura's rap Asura,
Yeah.
versus Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be pretty awesome. Man, remember that game? Or movie?
Yes. I was actually just talking about it earlier today, which is why it was on my mind.
Yeah, not a good game. Really awesome movie. And I mean straight up, over the top, munching some popcorn movie. Like this, it is awesome. Just like your legally distinct lightsaber.
It's not a lightsaber, it's a double laser sword.
When did this game come out? Did it come out during...
I think it came out after Phantom Menace, yeah, like... I can't imagine why they would do the double lightsaber thing otherwise.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Man, relic of the 90s. Yeah.
I'm doing a complete reinstall of Monster Hunter, see if that can fix it.
Here's open. Hopefully you get a chance to go run and play it. Who knows, maybe if you play it online, you might end up in Spoonie's sessions, because apparently earlier he live streamed himself playing it.
I don't play it online.
I know, but... Oh, well, okay, I didn't know that, but... I didn't know that...
Why would
Spoonie...
I've told you many times, I'm like... I don't want to fight, I don't want to do, like, online co-op, because I rely on my own skill.
The only exception is if you're hanging out with your friends you can trust who won't bring it down intentionally.
Which is why I don't play with you. Ha ha!
You know, I want friends back. You know, I can't even be angry. Well, it's not my fault. You have to play an Australian servers and everything is upside down.
Just.
We must now contend with the colored octohedrons. Can you withstand the might of their primary colors? Yeah, I guess I can't damage them until we get to the top.
It's the rainbow, motherfucker.
I just realized my Twitch crashed.
Well, that's not good.
I didn't realize because, you know, I still heard everything going.
Well, you're never too old to fail at Kirby. Let's try that again, but this time without powers.
Or, you know, you can just go back to previous stages and grab some powers.
I'll see what I can do like this first. Oh no. I was foiled by the strategy of changing direction.
Oh, I finished Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That was fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad I fought it. I'm glad I got a chance to finally play it. One of the few modern EA games that actually is legitimately good. Yeah, I am getting sleepy. Peach must be throwing her sleepy sheepies at me. I don't know what the hell you're fighting.
I told you, octohedrons.
Yeah, but I mean, what is this to represent?
Shapes? They represent Kirby's fear of geometry. And like honestly, like the best I can think of for like, oh, does this really do anything? Like, I know RGB is like, oh yeah, that's like, you know, freaking, you know, colors you use for like LEDs and the basics of, you know, making colors for monitors and all that. And this is kind of a techie looking place, so maybe they're meant to be like a core or something.
I guess. Yay!
Oh no, Kirby has fallen.
And he can't get up.
And everyone is food. I mean, that's kind of Kirby every day, but...
Yeah. I love the one moment where you just see his, you know, his little eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Tots. Again, I want DDD's meat. I know what I said.
How very brave
meat,
of you, Bren.
That meat. That meat on the bone, I want it. Every time I see it, I crave it. Wait, did DDD just pull Kirby away from his cake?
Mm-hmm.
DDD, you killed us all!
Maybe there's food on the other side.
Well, it is getting pretty late.
I think this will be my... Yeah, I'll probably do Aquastar on the next time.
Next time on... I don't know what you call yourself.
Trying to be a streamer type person.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. I think I might fill out just the last few minutes, but yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
Kirby. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. I managed to have the stream not fail. My computer decided to not die. That's fun.
Well, that's good.
This is some next chip music. I know from when it comes to me, when I think of Nintendo 64, I know Kirby 64 soundtrack is one of the ones I think I enjoy more than most.
Fair enough.
Got some nice tunes.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest into Kirby, so I barely recognize any soundtrack stuff.
Well, most are pretty energetic and fun and all that, though. It's kind of fun to see when stuff breaks from that. Never really gotten to Kirby, huh?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Part of it was kind of that, like, oh, this is a kid's game mentality, and, like, obviously I know that's not what it's like now, but...
Yeah. And it's like, it is kind of fair because Kirby is, like, in terms of popularity, it's like, yeah, it's like, he kind of reliably gets a game every generation, but, like, he's not quite, he's no Mario.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wouldn't say I'm the most die-hard Kirby fan myself. Like, I don't buy every game as they come out, but it's like, it'll be nice every once in a while, look at it. It's like, oh, hey, there's Kirby. He's doing another thing. It's nice.
Yeah.
I think I'll call that a stream. Good night, viewers.